Hello and welcome back to Jeffy and Chihuahua. Today we're going to be doing something very interesting. I saw it in a photo on Facebook. Sadly, there was no directions attached, so we are just going to do our best to replicate it. Before we get into this recipe, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. It is a free way that you can help our channel grow. Today we're going to be doing something ridiculously cute. We're going to be making Baby Yoda deviled eggs. So to start off, we're going to use 6 eggs. And I went ahead and boiled these before we began because they take a while to cool down. And if you have issues boiling eggs, I will leave a link in the description down below to an article that gives very, very good step-by-step instructions on how to make sure your eggs come out perfectly boiled. These have been cooling for a while now so that we could just do this all at once. And our first step is going to be to break off our shells. So here are our 6 peeled eggs. They peeled kind of okay. I don't normally do hard-boiled eggs, and my long nails were kind of cutting into them at certain parts. So there's definitely a prettier side and an uglier side on these. And if you, like me, have an uglier side, try and cut as much of the uglier side on 1/2 as possible. And then that half will end up being our bottom piece in our final Baby Yodas. So we have our ugly side down. And then you're going to take your egg and you're going to want to cut it, but you're going to want to cut it across the yolk section. That way our Baby Yoda's head can be peeking out. So once you have your egg in, well, I guess this is a quarter, half of a half, you're just going to set it on top and it will wait there until we are ready to complete our Baby Yoda. So this is what our little boats look like up close right now. Alright, the next thing I have to cut here is a cucumber, and this is what we're going to be using to make our Baby Yoda ears. In the photo I saw, it wasn't super apparent to me whether they used a cucumber or cheese, so it's really up to you what you think would look best. And I'm taking the skin off of this. I think it's just a little bit too dark of a green color. And you're really kind of guessing on the sides here. It's completely up to you. Alright, once we have 2 sets of ears cut out for each of our eggs, we're ready to get rid of our cutting board. Now we have our eggs in a bowl, and we're going to have to add a couple things. So here I have some pickles, and I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of pickle juice, 1 teaspoon of mustard, and 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I'm going to give this mixture a really good stir. Oh, I almost forgot the salt. Alright, once you feel like your mixture is pretty well stirred together, we're just going to add a very small amount of green food coloring. We want this to be a very light green color. Alright, once your mixture is really nice and green and smooth together, we're just going to throw this into a bag so we can pipe it into our little egg holes. I'm just going to cut a small hole at the end of our bag and begin. Just going to lift the lid off of each of these and give them a good fill. And then place the hat back on. Now that we have all of our eggs filled, we're going to place our Yoda ears on. And like I said, you could alternatively use cheese for this if you wanted the flavor to be there a little bit more. Alright, these look really cute actually. The only thing we have left to do now is to put eyeballs on, and the ones I saw in the photo had little black eyeballs, and I couldn't really think of anything that would taste good with this that would be little and black. So I decided that we're going to use fondant, and fondant doesn't really have much of a flavor. If it does, it's a little more on the sweeter side, but the amount we're using with this, I don't think you'll be able to taste it really or have it change the flavor of our eggs too much, and it's completely edible, so that's good. So I just have little pieces of black rolled up fondant, and I'm going to place them where the eyes go. These look amazing. I put a little bit more of our filling in some of them than the other ones, and we had quite a bit of leftover filling, so I would suggest when you fill them to make sure that you fill them all the way so it looks round. That way it looks like the Yoda head, because the one I have over here that's the least filled I think is the least pretty, and the ones that are over here that are very piled, it really does look like a little Yoda head popping out of our eggs. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I really hope you liked this project. I think it turned out really cute.